Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. I'm Josh, and this is Keagro's Adventures on the Sword Coast. I said I was going to do some shopping, and I did so. I added to my repertoire a couple more of these magic bags, and while I was out, I found a longbow and these lesser gauntlets of ogre power, which raise our strength by 1, so I should be able to carry more and not need to go to the store as much. What I'm doing down here, I'm back in the cracked anvil in the city's core, and this is Merrick's little blacksmith shop, and what we're going to do here is enchant one of the items in his book. And what we're going to make is the Fey Duster Sword. So to enchant things, come over here, you add in the sword and the item, and then you talk to Merrick.
Hello there!
Yes, what? Merrick is busy here. I want you to make an item for me. Okay, I see there's some stuff on my anvil. Let me take a look to see what I can construct for you. You know, I could use that fairy dust and your magic that fairy dust and your magic short sword to make a Fey Duster short sword. But this job isn't cheap. It'll cost 500 gold pieces for me to make this for you. Payment in advance, of course. Here's 500 gold. Always a pleasure doing business with a fine man such as yourself. Stand back, you don't want to catch a hammer in the head. And there you go, sir. Quick as you please, and the job is done. You can pick the item up from my forge. Alright, and we have a Fey Duster short sword. And in addition to getting +1 to attack and damage rolls, it can also daze the opponent for 1 round. They get a DC 14 save. So, yep. Oops. Let's go ahead and add that. The one cool thing about Merrick is his forge will use any magic weapon that fits the criteria, as well as there are armors you can make too. Oh, that was the other thing we found out. This is Armor of Comfort, which I've changed into because it provides an additional plus to armor class, and it's only 20% of the weight, which makes it way lighter than the other armor we were wearing. So, alright, so I am going to head back to the docks district, and we'll continue from there. There was that door that we need to investigate. And I have a feeling, if I remember correctly, there's 1 or more spiders in that building. So this might be a Daelen pickup job. Okay, and we're back. Just let me go ahead and go through here. Yep, this is an infested house, so there's going to be a bunch of bugs in here. I think the big problem at the end of this house is a dire spider. So we'll see if we can take it on this time by ourselves. If not, I'll go pick up Daelen. And I will make sure I get it killed. Just make sure the fire beetles didn't really have anything other than their glow sacks. Okay, is there anything in this room? Yep, there's a box. Let's go ahead and grab this gem and move on to the next room. And run through a trap, because that's always fun. Get that open. Let's go ahead and lay on hands. That lay on hands will be getting steadily better as we level up our paladin. as well as if we increase our charisma. But I'm not foreseeing me increasing anything but intelligence or strength. So I guess it will be better if we get the certain items that increase our charisma as well. I think one of the rewards from... Oh, yep, that's the spider. One of the rewards from the companions raises your charisma, but it's a belt, and that usually fights for position with increased strength on my character. But we might get a robe that, or a cloak that will do that. Alright, I've tried a couple of times to take on this spider alone, but it doesn't appear to be working, so I've picked up Daelen. Let's make sure he is...
Is there something you need?
Leveled up. Yep, he is appropriately leveled. So let's go ahead and try and take on the spider now. Now, I want to get it out of its web, so let's get Daelen to follow and then stand his ground. Okay, got it ticked off, and now that it's out of its web, Daelen, you can attack. I'm going to switch over to my side, and we will flank it. Flanking position in this game is not as necessary as just the target not paying attention to you. But normally in tabletop you would have to be on the exact opposite side to get a flanking bonus. To be honest, I'm not even sure if flanking bonus is a thing. I just know if you're a rogue, you want to be behind the person to get your sneak attacks. Okay, Daelen's healing up pretty heavy, but he's taking the hits, which is really what we needed, was somebody else to be the target of the spider's attack. Man, Daelen has bought a lot of potions since the last time I've seen him. And down the spider goes. Daelen has recovered from his poison, but he's probably still under the effects. And there is a trap right here, so let's go ahead and disable that. Get Daelen to follow us. Okay, if I remember correctly, there are a bunch of traps in here. And one of them is most certainly deadly. This one specifically. Let's see if I can disable it. Okay, success not possible. Yeah, I'm missing that DC by about 5. Oh, don't use. Disable the trap. Okay, we got that one. And for our efforts, we get a rogue stone, or a smuggler's coin. Sorry, in later games they use the same texture for rogue stones, and that's why I might call them that. Okay, so now all we have left is that trap up there. There's the possibility I don't die, so let me check. Aha! I didn't make my save, but it didn't do enough damage to kill me. Whoops. Have Daelen follow me. Unlock.
I shall do as you ask.
Okay, he went back into combat mode. How much did we miss that by? 32. And this may not be possible for me to unlock. he should be out of aggro mode now.
I shall do as you ask.
Okay, yeah, that's not possible for me to unlock, so I'm going to let Daelen beat on it. I will help. Maybe we can get it open.
It is done.
And that opens it up. In Neverwinter Nights 2, whenever you break open a chest, there's always a possibility that you will break what's in the chest. I'm not sure if breaking chests in this one actually degrades the treasure, but sometimes it's just the way you have to do it. Alright. And we'll go ahead and drop Daelen back off so we can continue on. But before I leave him here with Tomi, I'm going to talk with Daelen. Now, first let's get healed.
One of the bards here. I believe I heard Lord Nasher himself up. Farewell. May Tyr guide your steps.
Thanks, Erebeth. Alright, come over here, Daelen.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Keagro. If you're going to be my henchman, I'd like to know more about you. I would ask Keagro, before I tell you about myself, you tell me something of yourself. Among my people, it is said that in knowing your companions, we come to know ourselves. I admit that I fight only for gold, but I know nothing of your motivations. Why do you serve Neverwinter during these darkest of times? I have seen too much death and suffering from the plague to stand idly by. And indeed, this plague has been taking people out of their rightful places of death. This is no natural plague. So, in honor of Hela, and to kind of stop her workload from being so hard, I would like to solve this problem. You are an honorable man, Keagro. I too seek honor here in Neverwinter, though of a different sort. I came to the city to make a name for myself, Keagro, to forge a legend that even the tribe of my mother would hear. Instead, I found myself guarding crates and barrels against common foes. Yet, even in the sordid world of the docks, my reputation spread. Several captains asked me to join their crews. Perhaps if the plague had not come, the name Daelen Red Tiger would have become a legend on the high seas. Don't worry, Daelen. Stick with me, and the bards will sing your praises. Perhaps it is for the best. Had I joined a ship's crew, it is unlikely the Uthgarth would ever have heard of my accomplishments. My place is here, in the north. This is the land of my birth, and this is where I must fulfill my destiny. I will bring no honor to my mother's name by fleeing on a ship. Only if I stay can I hope to redeem the shame of my father's blood and end my exile. Exile? Shame of your father's blood? What are you talking about? Please forgive me, Keagro. I became lost in the moment. The drums of glory momentarily distracted me from the task at hand. It will not happen again. Now, Daelen, tell me what you were talking about. I want to hear it. Please, Keagro, the things I said before. The words were, this is not the time to speak of such things. Perhaps later I will speak more of this, but not now. Alright, Daelen, I won't push.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I think I'll do better off on my own for now. Are you certain? There will be no refunds on the fee you paid me earlier. Do you really want me to leave? Yes, good. Then we shall part ways, though I will wait here in case you reconsider and wish to join me again. Farewell, my lord. Alright, Daelen, we'll be back when we need boss support. Alright, so that was the first part of Daelen's story. Everybody has, or all the companions have, I think, 3 parts. to their stories. At the end, they will tell you that they're looking for an item, and if you can give it to them, they will give you an item that will grow as the story progresses. Oh. Just kind of stumbled into a pirate den. But, so the item that Daelen's will be looking for is found in the docks, since he mentioned he was working here. We'll grab that in the course of finishing up this district. As well as, in the future, I will be talking to all the companions, so you can see their stories, and make sure that I show you which items they want. We've already picked up a couple of the items, and we will be getting all of the equipment that the companions can give us. Now, one thing is we can't wear all of the items simultaneously, because I think 3 of the items are necklaces, and as such, we can't wear more than one necklace. So, but, it's fine. It would have been better if they had redesigned a certain number of the items to function better in the body slots, just so you could wear all the companion items. Just something that I would have liked to have done. Okay, lit a body pyre on fire. That door's locked, so let's go ahead and go back south. Just finish cleaning up the streets. There is a man named Jace here. No, this is not Jace Beleren, but it is funny how there are a lot of names in this game that seem to have become magic planeswalkers. I don't really feel like talking to him. He's just really depressed, and he burnt down his house because his family died of the plague. And you can't really help him. If I could help him, I would do something. We'll help him by taking out some of these ruffians. Okay, and this is the shop that I was talking about earlier. The 20 in a quiver. Okay, here is a door. Let's see what's inside. Oh, somebody followed us. Okay, this was a private citizen's home, so I'm not going to take anything of theirs. Just wanted to make sure there were no ruffians or muggers here. Almost done cleaning out the district. Okay, there's another mugger. That's a ruffian, so I can take care of that pretty easily. That one has a knock scroll. Now, I've already learned that spell, so I can just use the scroll if I run out of knocks for the day, or I can just sell it off. Okay, there's our scroll, and let's talk to Hemel.
I greet you.
Ah, yes. Hello there. I am, Hemel Masterson. This is my wife, Agnes, and our manservant, Morden. I wonder, by chance, if you've seen a man named, Calic. He has an amulet of mine, and he, seems to have forgotten us. Forgotten? I told you he was not to be trusted. I'm quite sure of what you said, my dear. Now, if you'll just let me speak to this nice man. What seems to be the trouble? Well, it's embarrassing. You see, we were led to believe that passage out of Neverwinter could be had here. We were fleeing the quarantine. I arranged for transport that would leave from the docks. I traded an heirloom amulet to a man who swore he was honest. Hemel, I can swear that you are competent, but that doesn't make it true. I suppose I could look into this for you. I would be most appreciative if you could. Mr. Calic does appear to be taking an inordinate amount of time. He said he would ready a ship, but when he left, he went inland. He did drop some sort of auction notice. Here, you can have it. I'm not familiar with the area, so it does me no good anyway. Please return my amulet if you find it. It will have the Masterson crest. I've given up on breaking quarantine. I just want back what's mine. Alright. So, once we find Calic, we will be able to return his amulet. Okay, we can't go in there. Go ahead and open this chest up. Okay. I'm going to try and finish cleaning up the docks real quick, and then I will cut it there. It's almost done. Okay, got that pyre. Coming up is going to be a probably kind of serious fight. I'm not quite sure how bad it's going to be, but we'll take care of it here in a second. Oh, that's right, I removed the light off my armor. I need to re-enchant this new set. Okay. Special bolt. Alright, so here is the Blood Sailor ship. There is a good reason for what we're about to do. And if you remember, the Blood Sailors attacked us when we went into that house just looking for people, so let's talk with them.
What are you doing, bothering? Turn yourself around and walk the other way.
What do Blood Sailors do? Anything illegal? Nothing that would concern you. How about you just move along? You won't want to accidentally end up dead. That was a threat. And there is some chests here. Well, there's no reason for me to actually just straight up attack them, so... Actually, you know what? I want to ask how I become a Blood Sailor, because I think their uniforms are pretty snazzy.
Get lost, or every pirate in a Blood Sailor uniform will kick your tail back to the beggar's nest!
I like your uniform. Can't leave until I get one. This isn't a social club, and we don't let just any old fool. Now get lost before you make me angry. This is Blood Sailor territory, at least for a day or two or more. Come near the ship and you'll be killed, simple enough. Wow, that was a death threat. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to just threaten people with death, so let's antagonize him.
I've had enough of tourists. Get lost, or every pirate in a Blood Sailor uniform will kick your tail back to the beggar's nest!
Well, if that's a challenge, let's have at it, Blood Sailor. Let's see how well you fight. I'll warn you once, we are not wandering thugs or underfed bandits. You want a Blood Sailor in battle, you better be ready. Yeah, now get ready to fight.
I'll have
Yep, that's a serious fight. Alright, well, I lost that fight just straight up. The last time I had saved was pretty far back, so I just respawned. Whenever you respawn... Ugh. Well, this time it gave me an actual bugged item, so I don't want to touch that at all. Hopefully it'll go away when I reload the game. But, yeah, those blood sailors are serious business. I didn't even hit one of them. So, Daelen, come along.
Hello to you.
You're lucky to be alive. We barely managed to bring you back. Your soul had nearly departed to the afterlife. I need to return to my mission. I must get back to where I just was. I can help you return to the site of your last battle, but are you sure you want to go back so soon? Yes, transport me there now. As you wish. Prepare yourself, Keagro. So that guy's pretty handy. He will teleport you back to the place where you died, just so you don't have to run back there. But as you can see, the problem persists, so if you haven't changed anything, you just would be teleporting back into a battle that you're going to lose again probably. Okay, we don't need that, and we don't need that. I'm going to go ahead and use this knock spell to unlock all these little chests. Okay. Grab the pirate loot. Okay, and we found the brooch. Now, we don't... In-game, I don't know that Daelen needs that, but out of game, I totally know that's the item that he's looking for. At some point, we will finish up his story. I think I need one more level before I can get his full story, so we'll listen to the rest of it after I gain that level. Let's go ahead and get these boxes. Some magic throwing axes. Throwing axes are really heavy in this game. They can stack up to 50 in a stack, but each one weighs a pound. So if you don't have improved strength or you're not using the throwing axes, they can be a big burden. At some point, I have wanted to try and play a fighter who specializes in throwing axes, but they're like ammunition. You can't really retrieve them after you throw them, so magic ones are just kind of bad to have because they just go away. At least in tabletop, since the throwing axe is not ammunition, you can always retrieve it. You can also get it enchanted to return to you after you throw it. So, and off Daelen goes to fight that guy. So, pick up the smuggler coin. Oh, he got in a big fight.
You will not prevail!
Okay, that's got that. So let's take all their coins, which was 2. Alright. Right here is a small dungeon. If you take on the Rogue's quest for Ophala in the Moonstone Mask, She wants you to retrieve art items. I'm trying to play pretty lawful good, so I'm not gonna go around stealing things from people. And sometimes you just gotta kind of work with the game, though. So, like, I need this Blood Sailor uniform, and there wasn't really a non-violent way of getting it, so. Plus, the Blood Sailors, they are pirates. That's right, I'm justifying it. Okay. I believe this is an inn called the Golden Apple, and I believe I have cleaned up the entirety of the dock streets, so this is where I'll cut it for today. As always, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.